Good evening. I'm out surveying the plantation. Or I'm about to, and I'm gonna take you with me. And I'm also smoking a fine Cuban cigar. This is a Partagas. Actually a very good cigar. I got it for only about $5 American because it has weevil holes in it from this Indian guy. They're supposed to be really expensive, but it's got little holes in the sides. You know, you can probably see that. But if you don't mind smoking a few weevils, it's pretty good. Probably, if the Hindu worldview is correct, I'm actually smoking someone's reincarnated relatives. This is the banana plantation down here, and I've been thinking about it. I was thinking, as I'm trying to figure out spots to plant new pumpkins, I thought, man, if I get in here and clear these weeds out, I could intercrop pumpkins among these bananas, and they won't pull the bananas down like they would with a smaller crop. These tropical pumpkins are very vigorous, so I don't want to risk anything by putting them amongst the corn and have them yank all the corn down and that sort of thing. So I'm thinking this area here, if I chop myself a few little holes with some ashes and compost and put pumpkins in here, I would have tons of pumpkins, and the vines would suppress the grass in the future, so I could get bananas and pumpkins. So that's what I'm gonna do. I have half a mind to just bust out the weed eater right now and attack this thing. Maybe I will. I was gonna do it tomorrow, but man, I just wanna kill some weeds. I think I'm just gonna tear it up through the middle of here. And for my Baptist viewers, I'm sorry about the cigar. I urge you to convert to Presbyterianism. I'm getting one spot ready right here. Tomorrow, maybe we'll plant the rest, light some more fires, do the same thing I did down the hill. It's getting kind of late now. It's dawn, the next day. Got some Cuban coffee. It's actually got a picture of Cuba on it. That's how you know it's Cuban. And I'm gonna go outside and work on the pumpkins. I wanna get that area done. And Rachel's also gonna help me. We're gonna be working on the garden beds as well, and just trying to decide what in the world we're gonna plant next. It's time to get stuff done. Mango, avocado, some oatmeal, there's some water in here. We should have raw milk, but we don't because we're out of it. And then we just have to throw some eggs into it. I don't like the way that egg looked, it made me nervous. Let's skip that egg. See, this is gonna be great. Why do they have mold on them? Where's that flour? Flour or mold? Can you see that? Why do they like that?
You can rinse
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. No, it's not about the rinsing. It's just like, has it? Look at this one. It's mold. Look at that. See that?
Just rinse it.
It's mold. Nah, it doesn't matter. I never saw eggs mold over. But there we go. The mold is probiotic. Are you worried about it?
Why do I have to drink it first?
I just want to make sure it's alright.
No.
Come on.
I mean, even if you try it first, that doesn't give it the okay, but the fact that you're handing it to me first, when
It'll be fine. It's probiotic.
You do it.
I don't care. You don't have to drink anything. Look. Look, I'll drink the whole thing. It's delicious and creamy.
It's a matter of principle. There's no way I'm gonna be the first one.
You're just trying to put me in a subservient role like the king's food taster. Oh, look. It's fine. It's delicious. I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other pumpkin hills and take rough compost, throw it into the ashes, mix it all in, and then plant my pumpkins on top of that.
All right, David's gone down the hill and he's left me up here in the little kitchen garden with the camera. So I can say whatever I want about him. He won't know. Yeah, he will. He edits them anyway. These are the cantaloupe that we put in the other day. They're already coming up. When we were planting like nature plants and just sort of scattering about hunks of watermelon, and they're starting to come up. This is the bed that had corn in it. So David took the corn out, as you can see. There's some corn stalks still rooted into the ground. So there's a lot that we have to do today. I think I'm going to weed this bed out, and we're going to try something new. We're going to leave the corn stalks in the ground and just plant around them, and we're just going to see how that goes. This bed over here has corn still in it, so I'm going to take that out. I think he's harvested all the corn, but if I find any, I'll gather that too. And then this gets a good weeding, as well as this bed here. So we'll do that. This bed has some tomatoes in it, but it needs a good weeding. It also has some carrots. There's a tomato back here. I know there's a little tomato back there. Right in there. It's green. There might be some more that I might find. You know, they're not quite ready at all, but they're there. Can't really see because of the weeds, right? So need to work on that. This bed is growing a puppy. Okay, not really. He found a bone from the compost and he's sitting in a garden bed. I think I might kick him out because he's, you know, really not supposed to be sitting in the garden bed. This bed, this is where we planted the peppers. They still haven't come up yet, but I think they will. And this bed is where we put, I can't remember if we put peppers in here too or not, but I know this is where we put the onions, which are doing well. I know you wanted to know how they were doing. They're doing well, I think. So there you go. Lots to do this morning.
So I decided to leave the gardens upstairs and come down and work on lighting this pile. The kids were lighting it, but they didn't get the sticks going. And this pile is going to be one of our pumpkin piles. We've done 2 other ones today, and then I did one last night. So later today, I'm going to be planting pumpkins, which is very exciting. Looks like they've got some live ashes in here already. And these are old mango branches on top of it. Just have to make sense of all this. This one here already has compost in it and the ashes. This is where I had my fire last night. It's all been turned under. That is ready to plant. And then down here we've got another one right there that we're gonna plant. And then the one behind it, which is on fire right now, And then this one, which is mostly burned out. And you can see there's plenty more space back here I could clear up and plant pumpkins in, but I haven't got to it yet. This bed is almost done here. Rachel's been working on it. The corn stalks and the pathways seem to be a nice weed block. And here you can see that the crazy cantaloupes that we planted by splattering cantaloupes across this bed are coming up and looking great. So that's exciting.
All right, we got the corn out and we got it weeded. And we're leaving the corn stalk stems in the ground here. We're going to try an experiment by leaving them in and planting around them. And the reason we're doing that is because when you pull them up, they have these, you can tell the roots back there. You can tell the roots back there, they fan out and they really do a good job of grabbing the soil. If we pull them out, they'll take a whole bunch of soil with them. And we're going to try leaving them in, and eventually they'll just rot and compost back into the ground, and we can plant in between them no problem. And we're going to leave the soil in place that way. It's an experiment. We'll see how it goes. We'll let you know.
I'm finishing weeding out this bed. We'll take the corn out and finish weeding it, and then we'll plant something in here. What do you think we should plant in here?
We've already got a moringa that planted itself. I had cut the top off because it was falling over.
I wondered if you had planted that.
No, it was an accident.
If we leave it here, we can use it as a chop and drop, right here.
Yeah.
So that we have other moringas that we can use for ourselves. And this one we can't really, if we leave it, we can't let it get real tall because it's going to shade everything out. So our choices are pull it out, which is kind of sad. That's what you do to weeds, right? Why would you do that to moringa? Anyhow, so our other option really, it makes sense to me. Just leave it, and as it starts to shade out other plants, we'll just chop it and mulch and fertilize like that. What do you think?
Why not?
Okay.
I rebuilt the bamboo trellis that I took down that had the purple beans in the bed that's right over there. And now I've rebuilt it right here nicely. And these are some of the purple beans we saved. And I'm going to plant the beans in here. And this time we're actually going to eat them because we have tons of seed now since we grew out the seed, which you could see in a previous video. And it's time to just plant these guys. And we're going to have them for the table this time, and we can keep them picked, and we'll get a lot more beans than we did last time. And we don't have to save the seed again, at least until next year. So I'm gonna put a few seeds at the base of each one of these upward verticals. And if I put a couple seeds at the base of each one, I'll let the beans climb up together and make a big mess right here of beautiful purple beans. These are from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds, seed company. And they are a variety from 1930. I can put a link in the description so you can actually see them and go get the beans yourself if you like them. They're a very nice, productive pole bean, and they're very pretty. I'm just gonna put 4 around each one. Why not? And there we go. Simple, simple. And they should just come up in a week or so and we'll be all set. My idea of getting the pumpkins and the beans and all the garden beds and everything done was somewhat curtailed. I severed 2 tendons in my hand. I was making a bean trellis, another bean trellis, not the one I already showed you. And one of the kids wanted me to open a coconut, so I went to open the coconut. And I'm good at this. Look, I've been using a machete since I was a kid. And I made a stupid mistake. I was wearing my straw hat. I hooked the hook of the cane machete just slightly into the hat, and as it came down, I thrust right through the back of my hand and it split open like a purse. So I just spent the last multiple hours at the hospital. The tendons have been reattached, and I'm now at home smoking a Cuban Partagas series number 2, and I'm drinking a Beefeater martini. This is the way we suffer through things as men, as strong, powerful men who homestead and sometimes appear on YouTube without their shirts. Anyhow, I'm gonna be doing some follow-ups on the gardening bits and pieces that we did not get finished, and I'm sorry that this video isn't finishing the way I hoped it would, but praise God that I could get to the hospital. There was a doctor there that could fix things, and I got to watch them kind of put my tendons back together, which was a unique and novel experience. So anyhow, be sure to like, subscribe, catch me on the web at thebustedfingermanwhoisagardener.com, thesurvivalgardener.com. And until next time, be very careful with things that have edges.